What up? This is Myron, and you are checking out or listening to the Rye Bread and Mustard of Mariners podcast, that down on the docks on the other side of the tracks 5-star dive bar podcast. And if you're checking this out on YouTube, you already know who my guest is. But if you're listening on the pod side, let me introduce to you our good friend Chris Anderson. But you might know him as the Pike Street drummer, the guy playing the soundtrack as you walk into the stadium. If you were out dancing last night when the Mariners took home the AL West, you were dancing to the sounds, of course, the Pike Street drummer. What's up, Chris?
What's up, brother? What's up? It's been a minute. How you been?
Good. We're doing a lot better than the last time we talked. I think the last time we talked, we were hanging on by a thread. We were hanging on by an eyelash to the playoffs of the thought, and now this is a completely different vibe, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think last time we talked, I think a dinosaur needed to have a baby elephant and 3 butterflies needed to register as Republicans for us to make it to the playoffs. Yeah. It's a lot different now. I think we're good now. No strings attached right now, right?
No, they control their own destiny. I'm sure you're going to have another big night tonight. And, of course, a big weekend with the Dodgers coming into town with Ohtani and Cal Raleigh chasing more and more history. We see right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're seeing him right outside of T-Mobile Park, right outside the left field entrance where you typically are at, right off on Occidental. You're already set up. It's just a little bit after 2 o'clock. So you're getting down there early to set up.
Yeah, I get down here pretty early because the police block off through traffic coming in front of the stadium at like 4. So I have to unload all my equipment, then go find a parking spot just to have my spot situated. Also, I got like competition out here too. Like if other musicians don't see me in front of left field gate, they'll kind of try to take the throne spot. So I gotta outsmart those guys and get the prime location for supreme maximumness. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's kind of similar to if you're looking for a parking spot down there.
Exactly.
When the meter's in, you got to hit the meter just right at about. I don't even want to. Actually, I'm not even giving away my secrets. I'm not going to give away my secrets. There's too many people down there right now. So are there people down there already? Mariners fans down there already?
Yeah, they're
walking around.
Yeah, they're pre-funking on Occidental right now. Everybody's getting their Seattle dogs, and everybody's at Taco and Tequila. Jimmy's across the street. People are Philly rolling in over at the Hatback. The Hatback's been doing a lot of pregame funking. Fans are here, man. It's been pretty crazy the past, I would say, week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah, we even had the Bananas was in town. The Savannah Bananas was in town, and that was really insane.
How was that? Yeah. Because that seemed like there was a lot of like pregame and outside festivities as far as what I was seeing on social media.
Yeah, they had a bunch of different installations going up and down Occidental. They had like a performance stage, a big setup stage. But I was fairly shocked. I didn't know that they were in town until like 3 hours before the game. One of the vendors out here called me like, "Man, you got to get down here. It's like sold out." And they sold out 2 nights in a row. Previous nights before, they sold out Yankee Stadium twice, man. So these guys are doing some big stuff, man.
Yeah, they've been. I mean, it feels like it's kind of like the Hamilton of the sports world. It just seems like it's the hot ticket.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're playing baseball, bro. It's like it's crazy. They're doing like every time they were playing it on the TV, and it was more dancing and theatrics. But it seems like they were playing a couple. They were hidden. They got some cool rules, man. I think it's pretty cool what they're doing. They're definitely picking up some steam, though.
So you've had that wild weekend, and then I mean, for a week during the weekdays, I don't know if you can ever remember it being this crazy during the week. Maybe the last playoff run, possibly because we had been anticipating, breaking that streak, breaking that curse. But how has the clinch night and the winning the AL West nights been down there? I mean, I'm going to pull up some footage that I've been seeing on social media, but you could tell the story from your point of view.
Yeah, well, definitely throughout the regular season, Mondays and Tuesdays are kind of low attendance nights. But this past Monday and Tuesday, both nights I believe was sold out. And then even leading up to this past Monday and Tuesday, like it's been really like active over here in the area. Fans are showing up in record numbers, man. Like even the bars across the street, typically once the game start, everybody's like out of the bars into the stadium. But there are like people just like chilling in bars.
I'm gonna show you this because I don't
Yeah,
know how much of this you've seen on social media, but like I'll play a second of the music just so I don't get tagged again for a copyright
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. No
One
problem.
time I was at the All-Star game and they were playing. Somebody was playing Jock Jams. They're on Occidental, and we
Yeah.
actually got a cease and desist letter sent to Odyssey from Michael Buffer, the famous ring announcer who owns the rights to
Oh wow.
ESPN Jock Jams. Yeah, he's like, I guess he's very hardcore about that stuff.
Oh yeah, it seems like it.
But look at this. There's a dog. Did you remember looking up and seeing that dog floating around?
Yeah, that guy had that dog in the air for about like 9 songs.
Did he?
Yeah, I was hoping he would start crowd surfing the dog. That would have been awesome.
I mean, there's just all kinds of Mariner fan footage out right now. I mean, and you're just going to be all over this. I did want to ask you. I figured this out when I was talking to you. You have a
Yeah.
different social media handle for people to go to when it comes to Instagram.
Yeah, so the Pike Street Drummer Instagram, I'm kind of locked out of that account. They want like urine and blood samples and eyelids to get back into that account, so I can't get into it. But I have a new account. It's called Who's Who Fest, WHOSWHOFEST, Who's Who Fest at it's on Instagram. So yeah,
Well,
everybody can reach out to me there.
wow, you had to completely start over. Was that just a total
Yeah, it was a
what the
bummer.
fuck?
It was a bummer. Yeah, because I organically built all those followers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did.
A lot of people were contacting me on there, but yeah, I guess I take it as a a little rebranding. You know what I mean? So it's good.
Sure, and
It's good.
I'm gonna put that up on the screen so people can
Yeah,
see that as well. I just added you right now, so it's Who's Fest, just like you said.
yep, yep,
WHOSWHOFEST.
yes,
Who's Fest.
yes,
So there you are, right there. Oh, I got the correct one going. Um,
yes,
so we've talked about this before. You kind of have, so
yeah,
you always have your set list. You have your things ready to go, modes ready to go. But
yes.
I just want to remind you of what you said last time, and I want to see how much of this is a little bit different. What's your like go-to if we just had a big walk-off victory? Everybody's coming out of the stadium charged up. What's your go-to?
So I reel them in with some Michael Jackson, and then for Michael Jackson, I get them dancing with each other with Dance with Somebody. And then, we just keep the party going for a little bit. And then I got to throw in that Don't Stop Believing, just so the fans know, win, lose, or draw, we still support the Mariners. You know what I mean? That always gets them riled up. And then I take it to some more dancing. And then I sometimes have to like stop because they won't stop dancing. So I'm like, all right, this is the last song. They're like, no.
So were you having that problem where people weren't stopping dancing last night and the night
Oh
before?
yeah, last night. Yeah, definitely last night and the night before. I actually like got up and was like, "That's it." They're like, "No, MVP." They started chanting.
Yeah.
So
See,
I played like 5 more songs after I said that was the last song, and then I like just actually got up and started unplugging stuff. So like,
yeah, I
it's
mean, you
that.
can't, when you're getting the MVP chance, you can't
Yeah,
let your fans down. I mean,
no,
have you
yeah,
ever had an MVP chant?
never, never, never,
Ever.
ever.
Neither have
No,
I. I
so
don't
that
think
was,
most people have. That's
so that was
amazing.
cool. Yeah.
So how much different is your set list?
I still play those songs. I probably played "Don't Stop Believing" 36,000 times this
Yeah.
season, and it has the same reaction all 36,000 times. So like those key anchor songs, I probably won't ever stop playing. I have threw in some like Nirvana in the mix,
That's the one that's
great-
kind of going around. Is the
Yeah.
Teen Spirit, your Teen Spirit rendition? Is that seems
Yeah,
like the
man,
one?
Yeah, man, and then the Mariners, I know what you guys are doing in there, Mariners. They're jacking my playlist. All the songs I'm playing outside, they're now playing on the inside of the stadium. Those guys wasn't playing the songs on my playlist before, man. So like I can hear what you guys are doing in there. It's okay. You can have it. They're
Hey,
jacking my playlist.
imitation is the best form of flattery
Yes,
sometimes.
I agree. I agree.
So you're mixing it up a little bit. So
Yeah.
I got a request for a song.
Yeah.
I
Let me know.
I was just driving down the street right now down here in LA, and I had to grab something to eat. And I love this radio station down here. It's called 93.5 K-Day. It's like the original West Coast hip hop station, but now they're more of an old school station. And I got in there, and just Coolio's Gangster Paradise was hitting today, and I was like, I gotta get that one. I was like, it's got some good drum stuff to it.
Okay, I'll throw it in the mix. Let's see. If it doesn't make any money, I'm not gonna play it ever again.
Rye Bread and Mustard, a Mariners podcast.
We have the one and only Mr. Tom Hutler. Do you have any of your favorite stories from the Kingdom?
There was a time we had an earthquake, and so they were going to evacuate the building. So I was like getting up to go leave. And they go, "No, you can't go. You got to read these safety things." It's like,
do we need to tell them that there's smoking's only on the exterior ramps?
Yeah. And Dave came shooting past. He signed off. I'm going, wait, I'm the only one here.
Listen and subscribe to Rye Bread and Mustard, a Mariners podcast, wherever you get your podcast.
So how long do you think you were out there last night?
So typically games are over probably like around 9:30, 9:40 if they don't go extra innings. And I'm probably done on a regular game night, probably like 10:25, 10:30. Because like when you got 40,000 fans leaving, man, it only takes them about 30 to 40 minutes to actually empty the whole stadium. So you only got 30 or 40 minutes to capture people. So in those 30 and 40 minutes after 9:30, I'm typically done every night, probably like around, like 10:15, 10:20. Like last night I was done at like 11:30, and I had to like stop. And then even after I stopped, they were still dancing just to themselves, actually. They were just out here. News was out here. But I was packing up. I probably packed up all my stuff around 11:45, and it was still fans and the news stations out here still just interviewing people all up and down Occidental. Just everybody was still having a good time,
And when people are going into the stadium, are you playing less charged up music, or are you taking it down to, like, let's say that's at 10, are you playing stuff that's about like around a 6 or 7 on the way in, and then afterwards it's a little crazier?
Yeah, 100%. I'm still playing upbeat music because I want to energize the fans. And so the fans are all energized to give energy to the players, and then the players then reciprocate that, and they want to perform for the fans. So it's all this like symbiosis. So it can't be too mellow of music when the fans are going into the stadiums, because we want to rile them up a little bit so they're charged when they go in there to transfer that energy onto the players. And then the players are just knocking balls out the park, and that just creates this just electricity all around. So it's a working relationship. I know if the Mariners get a ring this season, I better get a ring.
I agree.
I want a ring.
I'm going to make a viral clip of you saying that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Mariners, last time we were talking on here, we always see each other down there, but we don't get to talk too much because you're banging on the drums so much.
Yes. Yeah.
But you actually played the drums in the park at the end of the season before. What was that experience like?
So that was really cool, man. The Mariners offered me to come inside of this stadium. They just wanted to boost a little bit of fan morale up against the team, and they wanted to try something new. And so they brought me in, and I was playing close to the Jumbotron up on like the steps, like up here inside the stadium. That was really cool, man, because they had me like mic'd and piped through the whole stadium. So that was like a real like a more intimate experience with the fans, and then coming through the sound system inside of T-Mobile Park is like a different level, so the fans were really engaging, and that just turned up the energy level a lot more, I believe. So, yeah.
And when you got done with that, did you have to run outside and,
So I had
get to work on your other job.
Yeah, I had 2 drum sets. I had one drum set I left in the stadium for that home series, and then I had another drum set out here on the corner. So when I finished with that, I ran down here and got the party started, top of the 7th. I started back playing top of the 7th inning through the 9th inning, typically every night. So yeah, but that was really cool, man. Yeah, so I experienced that.
And how is the community down there with the musicians and stuff like that? Is everybody kind of working together? You did say, hey, it is a little bit first come, first serve where you set up, but do you start to kind of, help each other out, or do you guys, is it your own thing?
Well, no, like since I've been out here, I'll say the first season when I first originally got out here, there really weren't a lot of different types of musicians around the Mariners Stadium. And so since I've been playing out here, we got an amazing trombonist. His name's Roy. He's actually from New Orleans.
Life is music.
Yeah. And there's another guy, a saxophonist and a guitarist. His name's Ty Keenan. He's actually a Seattle native, so he's out here. There's a couple different little guys on buckets that I've been seeing out here. So there's another drummer. His name's Brian Lash. He's also a drummer. He's kind of almost got the same setup as me. He's just white, but he sets up around the King Griffey Jr. side. So like
the White Street drummer.
Yeah, he's the White Street drummer, which is okay. He just pays me royalties for my idea.
There you go.
But yeah, the community down here is really cool. Like the musicians and then the vendors on Occidental, we all have like this family oriented. Everybody helps me out. Even Al, who has the Seattle gourmet sausages, which is
where one of our guys. If you read right down here at the bottom of the screen, that's the only place to get that hot dog before and after the game. Al's gourmet sausages. Tell him Gary sent you. Tell him the Pike Street drummer sent you. Tell him Myron sent you. Yeah, Al.
Al gave me some gas one day for my generator because I was running out of gas to power my equipment. So like everybody helps each other out down here. It's like super cool. And Al's like an OG on the block. They've been at Mariner games for over like 25 years. So
I just finally got introduced to him at the game, my last game in Seattle, by a friend of ours and a listener too. His name's Gary. You probably know Gary if you've seen him. He's been going there since like the 80s, and he's Al's like best friend, and he gets parking privileges from Al over there, which I said that's a good friend to have.
Yeah, no doubt, because parking is you can't even park anywhere around here during game time. So like that's an awesome privilege. Yeah.
So this is all the good fun side we're talking about. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna get a little serious, Chris, if you don't mind. We're going to talk about maybe an issue that might be affecting you. We'll be right back right after this.
Supercross this weekend in the Kingdom. The Coors Beer Supercross doubleheader. Get ready, Seattle, this Saturday night at 7:30 and Sunday afternoon at 2. The 1988 AMA Supercross Tour, Motorcycle Mania, on an incredible dirt battleground that treats man and machine the same way. With absolutely no respect. See the best. National champion Jeff Ward, former champion Ricky Johnson. Tickets at all Ticketmaster locations, including the Bond, Tower Records and Video, and participating Honda dealers. The Coors Beer Supercross.
If you watch the game, you might have caught this. Gino is rounding the bases, does all his stuff that he does. It was a massive hit. Rounding third, coming home. And who is on deck? Jorge Polanco. You're expecting to get some dap. You got some from Cal. And coming out of the dugout, you see Josh Naylor. Did he get Eugenio any dap? Absolutely not. He was up early just before him. He goes to the on-deck batter, Jorge Polanco, and talks to him about what he's seeing from that pitcher. It got me so jacked up, even though it was a big-time home run from Eugenio. Just to see that I don't care that you just hit that home run. To see that you went to the on-deck batter to talk strategy about what you're seeing. You're a fellow left-handed hitter, Blanco, which just totally involved what Naylor was saying. It's something I noticed, and it absolutely got me pumped.
I just try to play baseball. I just like to wake up, come to the field, work hard, win the game, go home, repeat.
there's been a thing going on, Chris. I've been looking through the local news and just going through articles, and even podcasters are talking about this. There's an issue going on with the preachers, and apparently there's more than one preacher out there. They get really loud on the megaphone, and it's almost like they're not so much preaching, like they're kind of screaming at people walking in about not living the right sort of life. And I'm not trying to get on either side of religion or anything like that, but it's becoming an issue, and to the point that
So you're talking about the Jesus Commandos, and I call them Commandos because they're like diehards for what they believe in, and they walk around with these huge signs, and then with these gigantic like megaphones, and so they're really obnoxious. Some of them are cool. 2 of them though, out of the 6 of them, are just really like boisterous, and they'll like. There's this one instance where like the guy with the megaphone, I'm already playing right in front of left field gate. He's like right next to me, standing next to me with his megaphone, and we're like in competition. It's not really a competition, but it's just like super like what are you doing? You know, my man. So I troll those guys. I play Highway to Hell anytime they come around. I play like the Minions, the Underwear song. I even play some gospel music, and gospel music actually gets them up out of the paint, and they like go down the street. Or I play like some preachers on my end through my sound system to kind of troll them. But they really do a lot of hate speech, man. They throw a lot of Bible verses in what they're doing. And I was raised Baptist. You know, I grew up in the Baptist church. That's where I learned how to play drums my whole life at 8 years old. So like I understand where they're coming from, but it's how you go about spreading the word of God. To me, is where you draw the line at. And then, you know, they're yelling. There's kids out here. Their language that they're using is a little harsh. And they're condemning a lot of people just because you love baseball. You know what I mean? They're telling everybody, you know, if you buy a baseball ticket, you're going to hell. They basically say you're going to hell for anything you're doing. So and they're like right up against, like right behind me, there's a blue like barrier right here, and they're like right on the barrier, and this is where people like line up to go into the stadium. So you know, also the Mariners are they got these QR codes right here on these blue barriers where the fans in line waiting can scan the QR code, and it brings up information about the initiatives they're trying to put forth with eliminating amplified noise is the technical term that's on their wording. But that also is in regards to the Jesus Commandos, as I named them. But it also, in that clause, it says all amplified equipment. When it comes to me, I play acoustic drums, but my backing tracks are through amplified speakers. So there's a thin line right there, and I just want the fans to know, if you are agreeing to this or going through the process of, you know, eliminating these guys, like it could maybe trickle over to me. My relationship with the Mariners so far is really cool. And so like if the city has to enforce these laws, the city's is another department from like actually T-Mobile Park. So the city would actually be coming out here with sound meters or just telling you know, the new musicians on the block and myself to like, you know, you got to pack up and leave. And I think we're a good part of what's going on here at T-Mobile Park. A lot of families, couples, older fans walk up to me and let me know like I've become like almost in a tradition to like their ballpark experience. They're excited about when the game ends to come out and dance and have a good time. So to take that away just because, you know, a couple of guys with megaphones wants to preach what they believe in, I think is a loss. Also for the T-Mobile Park experience. T-Mobile Park brags about having the #1 fan experience in the major league, and I believe that because I'm a part of that. But you know, let's look out for guys like me. You know what I'm saying? That actually make coming to T-Mobile Park a special thing.
I absolutely, and I think that's really good information that I'm going to try to get out there the most I can through social media and through the podcast. That like again, it's one of those things where if you're signing up for something, you got to know more than what's just on the surface. Sure, you do want to get rid of these guys. And like you said, when I was like, I'm not trying to get on either side of religion, you made it very clear that they're using scriptures to push hate and fear on people out there. And that's what the issue is. And you're right. I didn't think about a little kid going to a game and just being so confused about what he's just seeing. I did see it making the rounds too, and we'll get back to the law really quick. I did see making the rounds the guy that stands over the sign that's trolling the guy that's preaching. I don't know if you've seen that.
And that guy, his sign says, "It's a big dumper."
Take a dump on this guy, or something like that. Yeah,
and also that guy's part of the LGBTQ community, and the preacher guy, like he targets like LGBTQ couples. Like if he sees a couple in line that he knows they're a couple, he'll like specifically go into some rhetoric spewing hate to them, telling them they're going to burn in hell. And I think that's crazy. Especially, I just think that's just over the top. You know what I mean? There's a way you can get what you believe across without threatening people or violating. It's verbal assault in a way, man. And
it is verbal assault, and it's also you're almost instigating something happening there.
Yeah, man. I think they pride themselves on doing that. They pride themselves on being loud and obnoxious. Like I say, like all of those guys aren't bad. It's 3 guys out of the 6. 2 of the guys that usually they're the younger guys, they usually walk up to me and give me dap. They've actually even donated in my bucket. And then they'll see me and they'll keep it pushing either further down the street or they'll go up Occidental. But, they won't actually stand in front of me or stand in front of my donation bucket, spewing what they're spewing, which the other 2 or 3 guys do. They purposely do it. So,
and that's no different than if another musician just came there and tried to drown you out with something else. So it's like kind of like
crazy.
There's unwritten rules of the game out here.
Yeah.
And the other thing I got to say about them is they have a really bad sound system that they never have like good microphone. It's like the loudest, crackling, nastiest. It is fingers going down a chalkboard when I hear it.
They're really a problem, man. Last week, a Cardinals fan attacked one of the guys because he was yelling at her and her boyfriend in line. She like jumped over the barrier, attacked the guy. The sheriff's department had to get involved. It was a big fight, bro. I'll send you the footage if you want it. But it was insane. And so they're insinuating, they're exciting a lot of, stuff that could be avoided. You know what I mean? But it's becoming bad, man. They get beer poured on them. I've even seen a fan take some scissors and cut the guy's wires to his sound system. The Jesus Commando went to his car and brought back even a bigger megaphone. They're dedicated, man.
When you were talking about this thing that they're trying to get people to sign, what would you call it? An initiative?
It's a QR code. Well, yeah. I don't know if it's an initiative or if they're trying to like. There are some laws about amplified sound when it comes to individuals. Like even me, like the city would fine me for performing when I was on First and Pike, and so I stopped going on First and Pike and just started targeting the Mariners Stadium because I had free reign over here. So like amplified sound under a certain decimal, there are laws and restrictions. But when the city was targeting me, they said I couldn't street perform next to a sound transit bus location. But where I was street performing on First and Pike, there are no sound transit bus locations. Gotcha. So I was getting all these fines and tickets that they eventually threw out because I challenged it. And like, you guys are just abusing, your power. So it was the Department of Transit is actually in charge of the city streets in
they
Seattle.
Just like that you're making a living doing it. They want some of that money. That's what's so weird about it is really it comes down to money. That's a whole nother rabbit hole we could go down. But I just wanted to really, I pulled this up. So it says Mariners, this is from an article that was on Reddit that was from Lookout Landing. And it's like, I think it comes from the Seattle Times. reporting, but it says the Mariners Deputy General Counsel Christian Halliburton briefed the ballpark facilities. This is back in July district on Monday about the plan to stop a small army, like you said, of megaphone wielding preachers from verbally assaulting fans outside of T-Mobile Park. The preachers have long accosted crowds, just like you said, at venues across Seattle, but Halliburton noted that a recent uptick in both volume and aggression, just like you're saying, you're right on par here with Mariners games, calling them dangerously loud and frankly unreasonable. Lines up with everything you're saying just from your personal point of view. But it does say the Mariners have worked on months to build that would hope get the city council in the near future the proposal to ban amplified sound before events and other high traffic things. And you're right. So like amplified sounds falls within that jurisdiction of that.
Yeah.
And that's unfair I think there should be some sort of amendment to it of what are you doing? And especially if you're part of the culture, like you are a part of the Mariners culture, the Seahawks culture, or any other big city events that you've been at where it's like, hey, you've been doing the things the right way. This wouldn't be a problem if these guys weren't here doing this and causing attention to it. And then them having to go, well, if it's fair for them, how come it's fair for me? Using First Amendment rights, it gets very tricky.
I've single-handedly, when I used to perform on First and Pike looked like Third and Pike before I showed up there. And when I started playing on First and Pike, I moved a lot of that homelessness activity and like little crime and degeneracy. Like I pushed it like up the block just with music and just with just the love and fanfare that the people had and the camaraderie there. So like it like works. Like it like works. There's a process where it works, and then there's a process to where everybody shouldn't be punished for 6 commandos. You know what I mean? But yeah,
they 86th, as they say in our business, and then let's get back to. I mean, going back to the Kingdom, I think I've told you about this. I mean, and I've always loved the street performers. Rest in peace to Ed, the tuba guy, who used to be the guy who played outside of T-Mobile Park. And we really had somebody to gravitate or like a big character that played music outside until you've been there. And now I think you've really taken that spot. You've ran with it. You're a great part of the community, a good friend of the podcast always. And I'm hoping to hear some Gangster's Paradise at some point. I think it'll be a banger. I think it'll be a banger.
I'm gonna play it.
What's the new like guilty pleasure young person song that you had to maybe learn or adapt to your playlist out there? Some Sabrina Carpenter
No, man, I've been playing some Justin Bieber. I've been playing some Leon, that Mutt song. You know, like at a certain time, I got my music time frames broken down to a science. You know, early on it's like I play the nostalgic older white folks music, and then I play some younger white folks music, and then I play some of my stuff toward when everybody's in the game. And then so like there's different levels, man. I play to the crowd. You got to be able to read your room, man. If you can't read the room, you know, I can't be out here just playing what I want to hear all the time. I won't make any money, even though you know what I like is good. You know, it's not for everybody. But yeah, I play a lot of different stuff, man. A lot of fans like try to throw me curveballs. Like they ask me to play these hardcore rock songs with all these like drum fills in them just to trip me up. Like he's not that good, and then, you know, but I'll play it still.
That's funny. So do the preachers take any requests out there? I mean, they obviously don't know how to read a room, but
no, preachers don't take any requests. I know they hate when I play Highway to Hell. They're like, listen to him playing. He's definitely going to hell. You keep it up, buddy. Like they hate me. They hate my guts. But I love them. They're almost a part of the ballpark as well, too, man. Like you can't get a hot dog without being condemned to hell.
Yeah, I don't know if they're likers or subscribers, so I don't they'll hear about this. Well, thanks again, Chris, for coming on the podcast. We're going to talk soon. I'm going to be up there.
Yeah,
I'll be over at Tacos and Tequila once the playoffs start. I said I'm not coming up there until they clinch this damn thing and get in the playoffs because I was like,
It's
I'm
legit.
I'm in for the deep run. I ain't in for just the showing up to the. So thanks again and again. Go check him out. We got to build up that Instagram again. Don't go over to the Pike Street Drummer. Go over to Who's Who Fest on Instagram. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be seeing this guy soon. The Pike Street Drummer, Chris
Go M's, baby.
And then I'm gonna hit